Hey, what's up you guys? After Show Reacts here, and today I'm going to be reacting to some more Stargate SG-1. This is Season 5, Episode 17. Let's go over the comments. Yeah, finally caught up with all your Stargate reactions. Looking forward to the rest of the series. I've seen all of Stargate many times. Fun watching others enjoy it. Well, that's great. That's great. I know Showtime didn't renew after Season 5. Sci-Fi pick up quickly. Must have been close since there was only a few weeks between airing of the end of the 5th season on Showtime and the start of Season 6 on Sci-Fi. Okay. Don't feel bad about not recognizing Zippy, as Jack called him. I didn't when I first saw the episode, possibly because he wasn't as ridiculously dressed as he was in his first appearance. But I did recognize him. I did actually like, it just took me a minute. As far as I heard, the contract with Showtime was ending, so they went into this season thinking it was the end of the show, and then they had plans to do some movies, so season was partly to set up those, but then Sci-Fi made them an offer for a 6th season, and they agreed, and a lot of the movie ideas kept coming up with would end up reworked into 2-part episodes as the show kept going on, since during the Sci-Fi era it renewed for a 1-season deal each year till it wasn't. I apologize if this falls under spoiler category. That's fine. I did ask. Hey, as long as you don't go into details about said 2-parters, you're all good. Yeah. Yeah, the ending of this one has always felt rushed. It's really rough when they just, like, wrap things up so quickly. I was able to hear you the first 2 minutes while your mic was far away, but yeah, try to remember to adjust it before recording. It's right here. Having it that far away from you doesn't sound good. I just kind of forgot, okay? No fruits. You don't have a roasting bitch face. You're good. Well, that's good. And Big Bad's name is revealed. The Goa'uld have been pulling the strings behind the scenes. One that has others afraid, Anubis. Just so we're clear, fruits, no more Ra statue intros now. Yeah, here's what I would like to know. Before we get into the episode, and before you see it, I want you guys to comment down below what kind of intro we're getting this episode. Don't cheat. What? Make a guess. I don't know. The Once Upon a Time one was suggested by none other than yourself. It was a bit difficult to do. I photoshopped a Stargate into a forest and tried to make it similar looking to Once Upon a Time intro. I think I sort of pulled it off, but it's not my best creation, honestly. Out of the two, the supernatural one was better. And I even told you that it kind of reminded me a little bit of a supernatural episode in Season 5. With the whole, like, suicide bombing to save people thing. Yeah. Also, thank you. The drug that Daniel was given, which he later uses on Osiris to make her doubt him, it's apparently given to them by the Riol, which is the name of for Tyler's race. Yeah, I figured. Yeah. It's a subtle reference that behind the scenes Earth has established contact with his people. Oh, okay. Fair enough. You wondered. I'm obviously not going to go into details. And you should know better than to ask questions about things you haven't seen yet. But I'm going to say this, and only this. When this show went to Sci-Fi, it came with some changes. Okay. So they tried to get the actor who played Martouf to reappear in 515, but Unfortunately, he had other obligations. This could have meant the return of Martouf, but instead they had to rewrite the episode a bit, and that's why they could only show Lantash, the symbiote, who later took over Elliot. You're spot on with the predictions. Elliot dies on his first mission. I suppose it was a bit on the nose that this would happen. Such a trope. Meh, it wasn't interesting anyways. It's just really frustrating that they spent like a whole episode establishing him and then he dies at his first mission. Come on. I looked it up and went into some of Joseph Malozzi's old blogs, one of the main writers of the show, as said before, and they believed that season 5 would be the final season. Later in the season, he apparently walked into Brad Wright and Robert Cooper having a conversation. Rob being another main writer and producer. You briefly saw him in 512 when Marty asked him, "Don't you have some writing to do?" Hey, what are you doing? My cat's being cheeky. Brad asked Joe, "How does season 6 sound to you?" Joe was apparently shocked at the news. I am left to assume they didn't know about the move until very late in the season, but they wrote season 5 like it was the last regardless. In fact, they had a habit of doing that every season onwards, just in case they did get cancelled. But Sci-Fi liked the show, so they kept renewing it and giving way for spin-offs and 2 TV movies. Well, that's exciting. Still a lot more to go. The Supernatural intro I planned from the beginning when I first decided to make custom intros. Sometimes I felt one intro didn't come out quite like I had hoped. Remember, I taught myself all of this because of you, and I'm discovering new stuff all the time. But yeah, some intros are going to look a bit less than others. Knowing this, I try to keep the best ones for last each week. I'm glad you liked it. I'm fairly certain SG-1 carries P90s with armor-piercing bullet rounds. The Jafar armor just isn't good enough to stop those kinds of bullets, I suppose. Fun behind-the-scenes fact, Jafar armor is made out of rubber and sprayed silver to look like metal. Well, I did not know that. You seeing Tilk use Toka crystals. You just vein mined the shit out of that. How bad do you feel right now about making that reference? Pretty bad. You would see it on my face. I didn't like making it. And so ends the story of Elliot and Martouf. It does look like they're trying to tie off loose ends, doesn't it? And yet it would have been way better if we actually saw the plan working and SG-1 making it through the gate. Yeah, like you could have, I don't know. There was a way to write that just made more sense. We're just supposed to assume that his idea worked. It just bothered me a lot, I think. Anyways, let's get into the episode, shall we? Rawr!
For the 10th time, it is in Cassiopeia. Declination 61 degrees 6 minutes.
You mean Cassiopeia?
Right ascension 2 hours 48 minutes. Yes, I'm sure, and I am not going to shut up about this until... Never mind.
The asteroid has an irregular shape, but we've calculated its length from end to end to be approximately 137 kilometers.
I've seen this movie. It hits Paris.
Actually, sir, it'll strike somewhere in the Arctic Circle.
And nobody knows this but us? How is that possible?
Well, the asteroid was actually discovered by a civilian who's since been persuaded to keep it quiet. The reason no one else has detected it is that the object's path is highly atypical. It's a rogue well outside the plane of the solar system occupied by the planets in the asteroid belt. We got lucky.
I don't see how in any conceivable way this is lucky.
Well, if this had happened 7 or 8 years ago, there'd be nothing we could do about it. Stargate opens other options for us.
A little help from our friends?
Yes, sir.
Perhaps the Tok'ra could be of assistance.
Unfortunately, they've been on the run since the Goa'uld attacked their base at Ravana. We've already sent a message asking for their help. So far, there hadn't been any reply.
The Asgard owe us a favor.
Contact them through the Katao through their Hall of Wisdom.
According to the treaty with the Goa'uld, the Asgard cannot prevent natural disasters from occurring on protected planets.
Hey, the Goa'uld tried to make the Tolan send a bomb through the Iris. Screw the treaty.
I hope you're right. Otherwise, 11 days and 16 hours, all life on Earth will be wiped out.
Ooh!
I'm afraid the answer is no.
Come on, guys, throw me a bone here.
The Protected Planets Treaty leaves no room for interpretation.
They tried to attack us.
It was the Tolans who attempted to send the explosive device through your iris.
By whose order?
The System Lords deny any knowledge of this incident.
Of course they deny it.
The treaty does allow for the arbitration of such disputes. We would need to assemble a commission of inquiry consisting of equal numbers of Asgard and Goa'uld representatives. We would also need corroborating testimony from the Tolans.
Yeah, now see, that's gonna be a problem. Seeing as how they've been wiped out by the Goa'uld.
That is unfortunate.
And I suppose when Earth gets hit by that rock and we're all wiped out, that's gonna be unfortunate too.
Very.
After that, I kind of lost my temper.
What exactly does that mean?
Let's just say Jack made a reference to Frere's mother.
It's a bit rude considering how much that they've done to. They've interfered with their disasters.
Right now, I'd like to know what options remain.
I say we nuke it ourselves.
We have sufficiently large-yield warheads to deflect it.
Colonel, I have every confidence in SG-1's abilities. However, as a contingency plan, the President has ordered me to begin Alpha Team evacuation through the gate. Major Davis will be arriving shortly from the Pentagon to coordinate.
Yes, sir.
If Major Carter is unable to repair the cargo ship, you will report immediately to the Alpha site and assume command.
General?
No debates on this one, Jack. That's an order.
How is that going to help in any way?
I looked again. I still can't find it.
Did you check the guidance system?
Twice.
Okay, I guess we'll have to assume that there isn't one on board.
What?
We're about ready to attempt an engine start, sir.
Yeah, fine. Assume there isn't one what?
Recall device.
The X-301? That was you guys?
You have to admit, it performed beautifully right up to the point where you and Teal'c were sent into deep space.
Yeah.
Nice work.
Carter?
Attempting engine start.
Carter?
It's got it, sir. We're good to go. I'll repair the remaining systems on the way.
Good luck.
You too.
I'm gonna want to talk to you guys.
Teal'c, try to take it easy on the engines when we take off.
Why?
Well, I'm just slightly concerned that if we push them too hard and they burn out before we reach escape velocity, that we'll come crashing back to the planet.
I'm confident.
Me too.
As am I.
I appreciate that, sir, but if we don't hear from SG-1...
Getting a message, sir. It's SG-1.
You were saying, Major?
The signal's being relayed through AF SATCOM, sir. Audio only.
Pipe it through, Sergeant. SG-1, this is General Hammond. Please respond.
Sir, this is Carter. We just dropped out of hyperspace, and we should reach the asteroid in a few minutes.
We're relieved to hear that, Major. You sent those engineers to the Alpha site 10 days ago.
The ship's barely flying as it is, sir. We're lucky we made it this far.
Proceed with your mission.
All right. 39 minutes before impact, the asteroid will reach the fail-safe position. Once it's past that point, it'll be too close to Earth for the explosion to deflect it. That leaves us 3.5 hours.
So we just drop off the bomb and what?
Our scans show that the asteroid is pockmarked with impact craters and fissures. We fly the ship into the deepest crater we can find at a right angle to its current trajectory. The crater itself should help direct the explosive force of the bomb like a rocket nozzle. When we're a few meters above the surface, we ring down the mouth with the bomb, and we land, and 2 of us go EVA.
That would be you and me.
We walk the malp down into one of the fissures at the bottom of the crater to focus as much of the blast as possible. We set the timer, and then we get out of there.
Piece of cake.
There is one other thing. We're about to pass through the Leonids. It's a cometary trail that Earth passes through periodically. The shield should help protect the ship, but anyone caught outside is going to have to find cover fast.
What was that?
I'm
I'm having difficulty with the sublight engines.
Yes, you are.
Sir?
What is it?
Building up an overload in the control systems.
Backups?
We don't have any.
How's the head?
Sublight engines have shut down.
Big asteroid problem here.
Try using maneuvering thrusters to slow us down.
I am. It's not working.
Daniel Jackson is correct. Maneuvering thrusters appear to be insufficient.
They're all we've got.
Sir? Deep space tracking still has a fix on the ship, but we show them approaching the asteroid way too fast.
Any time now?
Thrusters are in full reverse, O'Neill.
Coming in a lot faster than we should be.
Yes, we are.
Faster than we should with thrusters at maximum. 80 meters per second. 90. This rate of deceleration isn't going to cut it. We're going to hit.
We just got a message from NASA. According to their latest calculations, SG-1 has crashed into the asteroid's surface at over 60 meters per second.
Any chance of survivors?
At that velocity, sir, it's very unlikely.
Alrighty, well that was Stargate SG-1.
Sublight drive is down.
As are shields and communication.
Might be easier to list what is working.
The bomb?
It's good to go, sir. If it comes right down to it, we can detonate it right here. What's our position?
Well, personally, I'm against it. We don't know where the ship is. We're about 5 meters above the surface at the bottom of the crater.
The rings will be functional at that distance.
All right, here goes.
Let's suit up. Carter, you alright?
I'm fine, sir.
Look, you took a pretty good shot. Why don't you sit this one out?
I'm fine, really.
Joke and I can handle it.
Yes, sir.
Pressurizing airlock.
Sir, once you're off the ship, you'll experience very little gravity. But the asteroid's surface is mostly iron, and your boots are magnetized, so you shouldn't go spinning off into space.
Oh, that's very reassuring, Carter. Thank you very much.
Depressurization complete. Opening outer door.
I'll drive.
Something's not right. The asteroid's gravitational field is way stronger than we thought.
So?
Gravity is determined by mass, and mass is determined by size and composition.
So
So the core of the asteroid must be made up of something a lot heavier than nickel and iron.
So, what was that?
We're passing through the lee, and it's way sooner than I expected. Colonel O'Neill, what's your position?
We're almost out of the cave.
Better stay where you are, sir. We're taking meteor hits.
Carter, any chance of getting those shields in play here?
We're working on it, sir. Stand by. Daniel, try to reroute power from the hyperdrive. Bypass systems are all blown. Hull breach, preventing atmosphere.
Any progress on those shields?
Stand by, sir. That's it.
And now there's 2 more.
Carter, Daniel, this is O'Neill. Please respond. Carter!
It appears the meteor storm has subsided.
Go.
O'Neill. These rings indicate 0 atmosphere within the ship.
Hull breach?
If that is indeed the case, Major Carter and Daniel Jackson could not have survived.
Open it. I got nothing, Teal.
The hull has been damaged in several places.
They're in the escape pods. I've identified the breach areas of the hull. We can begin repairs immediately. All right.
General,
Doctor, shouldn't you be off world by now?
I'm leaving with the next group, sir. Your name isn't on the list, sir.
That's correct. If that asteroid hits, the only chance for the survival of the human race will rest with the Alpha side. We limited their number because they'll have limited resources. Everyone will have to contribute.
Your experience makes you more than qualified, sir.
I appreciate what you're trying to do, Doctor.
I don't really understand how
But my decision is final.
that helps.
Yes, sir.
Would you not need to send women and children too? I don't...
Hey, kids. How you feeling?
Not bad under the circumstances.
That's great. Let's go.
Sir, I don't think we should leave just yet.
Don't look at me. Something to do with gravity or something.
It's too high, sir. At least it's higher than it should be. I need to reconfigure the ship's sensors to determine what the core is made of.
Oh, come on. We came, we saw, we planted the bomb, we had a little fun with a meteor shower. We went home. It's a great story. Isn't it?
I was right.
This could be a problem.
Indeed.
I don't want to hear it.
Sir, the asteroid's core is composed almost entirely of naquita.
Of course it is.
Of course.
It makes up about 45% of the total mass.
Naquita does not occur naturally in the solar system.
Which is why I never even thought to look for it. Sir, this whole thing must have been a Goa'uld setup.
To circumvent the Protected Planets Treaty with the Asgard is almost unthinkable.
What?
The Goa'uld brought the asteroid here and set it on a collision course to make it look like a natural disaster.
They knew the only way we could stop it would be with a nuke.
So, what happens when that bomb goes off?
Well, the explosion will be enhanced by the naquita, probably to the force of a small nova. This close to Earth, it would be enough to set the atmosphere on fire and boil the oceans.
Okay, this was not in the movie.
If we deactivate the bomb and the asteroid goes past the failsafe point, there's no turning back. Are you absolutely sure about this?
Well, I can't be 100%.
We don't have a lot of choices here.
So I'm saying we're damned if we do and we're damned if we don't. We need another option.
The presence of the asteroid itself may be sufficient evidence of a treaty violation.
Right. The Asgard could intervene.
We have no way to tell them.
You do if you get that radio back online. Teal, suit up.
Okay, try it now.
Stargate Command, this is SG-1. Do you read? Over.
Nothing.
I don't know what else to do.
Oh, crap. The bomb is yet to be deactivated. I can see that, Teal'c. Carter, come in.
Go ahead.
Confirm the deactivation code for me, will you?
0331 0310.
Yeah, that's it. Nothing.
Is there a problem, sir?
Well, there was a cave-in. Seems to have damaged the keypad. It's not accepting the code. Other than that, everything's fine.
How much time is left exactly?
Under 3 minutes.
Sir, you're gonna have to open up the bomb and deactivate it manually. First thing you need to do is remove the casing around the timer.
Got it.
Now find the wires leading from the timer to the detonator and cut the red one.
Carter. They're all yellow.
Say again?
There are 5 wires and they're all yellow. Maybe I should cut them all?
The thing is, sir, if you interrupt the wrong circuit, it's basically the same as telling the bomb that the timer has reached 0.
Yeah, I knew that.
I'm sorry, sir, but you're just gonna have to cut them randomly.
Yeah, I knew that too.
How's it coming, sir?
Cut 3. Good to go. You know, I'd like to take this opportunity to say that this is a very poorly designed bomb, and I think we should say something to somebody when we get back.
I agree, sir.
You don't really have time to say this.
Sir?
still here.
20 seconds to fail safe.
Still no word from SG-1?
No, sir. Asteroid has passed failsafe.
Very well. Major, Sergeant, take your positions with the last Alpha group. That's an order, Sergeant.
We get communications back yet?
Sorry, sir, we tried.
What then? Well, we have a couple of options. Number one, we give up. We use what's left of power and life support to make it to the nearest unoccupied gate world. There's a small chance we'd make it. From there, we head to the Alpha site. Number two, we take off and hope that our radio signal can be picked up by the Asgard in time to inform them that this was a Goa'uld attack disguised as a natural disaster.
There's not enough time for that.
I know.
Is there a number 3?
There's no 3.
Well, maybe there is. Teal'c, you said Naquita wasn't native to our solar system. Now, which means that the Goa'uld must have towed it through hyperspace by ship.
A mothership.
Daniel, that's it.
What's it?
Well, we don't have a mothership.
Yeah, the effect only has to last a few seconds.
What?
Choice 3, sir. We expand the ship's hyperspace field to encompass the entire asteroid. We take it out of normal space long enough to avoid the collision with Earth.
Is there a 4?
I know it sounds far-fetched, sir, and, well, it is.
You want to ride an asteroid through Earth?
Yes.
To the outside observer, it would disappear on one side and reappear on the other. The problem is, it would take every ounce of power we've got. The field would have to be expanded far beyond its usual envelope. Well, it could cause the engines to explode.
Explode?
Even if we survive the engine overload, sir, we wouldn't be able to take off again. We'd have a couple of hours of life support, and that's it.
But you think this is the best shot we have at stopping this rock?
Yes, sir, I think so.
Well, that's the plan.
No idea.
Time to make the calculations.
Well, Carter, now might be a good time.
Almost.
Now?
If I engage too soon, we'll reappear right inside the Earth.
Carter, I can see my house.
Engaging hyperdrive now. We're there.
The navigational computer confirms we have emerged from hyperspace on the other side of the planet.
Yep. Plan 3. Works every time.
I don't know, sir. It may have been the Asgard. But it's my opinion SG-1 had something to do with it.
You're right.
So, 2 hours of life support done.
Hammond will find us.
I'm confident.
Me too.
As am I. Sensors are picking up a vessel approaching.
Goa'uld?
We do not know. The ship is taking up position directly above us.
I am Jalen of the Toker. We received your distress call and came as fast as we could. Can we render assistance?
Well, you know, it's not like we don't have everything totally under control here. But, sure, render away.
Very lucky. Alrighty, well that was Stargate SG-1 Season 5 Episode 17. This was an okay episode. A lot of it just kind of went over my head, like the science and everything, the ideas they had behind some of it. I don't know. What did you guys think? Let me know. And I'll see you in the next one.